Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome back to my show. This is why Tiffany's So Talented, the show where I show you exactly what it is that I do when I'm not making your shea butter soaps, your hot cocoa bombs, or your custom face masks, or any of the wonderfully embellishment types of things like you see in the background that I do kids wear, men's wear, wedding dresses, special occasion wear. This show is always about the dress, and here it is. Let's get into it. It's so gorgeous. So I got all of my chalk lines in for the accents on each side of the bust, on the back, around the side, in the middle. And what I'm about to do now is jump right into that. So I'm gonna do those accents first, and I'll be back. So this is what I got done yesterday. Just a few lines. These are my major impact points where I wanted it to stand out. So that's exactly what I made it do. Like pinstripes. So in between each one of these sections, I'm gonna add more straight lines. We'll see how straight they are, because I'm gonna be honest with you, I am not the best at straight lines, but for the most part I feel like I got these impact point lines straight. I mean, of course the ones amongst the bust are gonna bow a little bit because you gotta go around, but from the front it looks pretty straight to me. Simple dress. I've got to figure out a way to zhuzh it up a little bit. But as you can see, that's pretty much all I have left to do. This one here, these two panels here, and this one on the other side. So I made some pieces, as you can see, didn't go too well. I'm trying to figure out a way to make it sparkle just a little bit more. I don't know. I'm just gonna chalk out these lines and finish these lines, and I'll work on the accent when I get there. Yeah, I'm irritated at how my lines are bowing, but it is what it is. I'm gonna figure out a way to straighten it. Maybe I'll use a ruler as I'm stoning to slide. Sometimes you can, let me show you, you can get the stones in place, and then you can use the ruler like this and just kind of like slide them in an upward down kind of motion into place, long as you don't get any glue coming down from this side. When I get to that point, if I do have to do that, I'll film it so you can see kind of what I was talking about. But for the most part, I got my chalk lines down, and these 5 sections I still got a stone. This one was a little tricky because the space here is a little bigger and the space here is a little bigger. So I put the stone. Okay, so I did this panel here and I had an epiphany and a really cute idea. So what I did was add some fringe down the pleat lines at different lengths, some short, some longer, and then we have a split here. So I added some fringe down those lines as well, just to give it some extra elongation of the lines on the bust and the torso. And I'm gonna stone these just ever so often, so it just looks like the line slowly fades out. I think that'll be really pretty. I'm just trying to figure out something to give it something, because it's a very simple dress, and we don't do simple, we do dramatic, always. Look how my dress sparkles in the sun. Those are real Swarovski crystals there. That's my coworker Balia. She's from Ukraine and she is dope at being a seamstress and stoning. But look at the Swarovski sparkle. Look at the Preciosa sparkle. Still got some panels to do, so let's get to work. Good morning, and welcome back to the show. This is Why Tiffany's So Talented, the show where I show you exactly what it is that I do when I'm not making your shea butter soaps, your hot cocoa bombs, or your custom face masks, or any of the other wonderfully embellishment types of things that I do. This show is about the dress, and there it is. Let me let you get into it, because these lines, honey, I don't know. Isn't it gorgeous? I love it. That is no filter. It is just its beautiful, sparkly self. So what I'm doing down here is just extending the line into the pleats a bit, all the way around at various lengths, some longer, some short. And I think that's a good transition into the next fabric. So I gotta finish doing the rest of my fringe, and you see I have some up here. So let me show you. It's just a single one piece of fringe with a pin in it. And I'm stoning it. Putting them in place. And then once you get them into the placement, you can just chop them and move the rest, the other side, down to the next spot. That's why you see more sporadic on this side and this side full. So I'm gonna get into that. I put some of the specialties in this arch. So these right here, they're actually supposed to go in settings, but you have to glue the hell out of them to get them flat. And I think I did a pretty good job. I used them here too. You see how it has a little bit of lift? So that is that Swarovski. That is Lotus Pink Delight, I believe. Lotus Pink Delight. We'll look at it later. But then I used some of these fuchsia Swarovski squares too. Girl, I love this dress. Let me let you see the arch on this side. It's a little longer in the torso because this side is shorter, but this is the back. Going up the shoulder over here. I tried to use some of the more chunky stones, the bigger stones around the shoulder. Okay, so it was a Lotus Pink Delight. And see how the shaping of it is? So it should go into a setting, but we don't have settings that small, and we can just glue them down. So that's basically what I did with these stones here. Just kind of laid them flat or either to the side like this one, and just put a nice glue bead right behind it. Where is my wand? We'll use this one. See? Just along this side right here, and it's coming together nice. I'm gonna do this fringe. I just wanted to pop back in and show you that stone, the Lotus Pink from Swarovski. So if you want that, this is the item number For 228, it's a 10 by 5 Navette. So after I cut them out, this is what I did to the bigger one. I cut a smaller pair just to kind of give it more stability in the middle while I stone the other side. And for the second big one, I split it in half. I'm sure you can see the stones on the other side. I'll reveal that in a second. But I cut it in half just because it just wasn't sitting right for me. And even now, like, I don't know, but they're very stiff. They're very strong, so it's not going to break. It's just, I cut them a little wonky, but it's dramatic and I like it. So this is the back of the one on top of the shoulder. I added some extra glue down here for stability. I think I'm gonna cover it. Yeah, kind of cover it like this, just to give it a little more, but I love it. Okay, so I covered that with this piece here. I want to go a little deeper into when I say I cut them a little wonky, so you can kind of get a better understanding of the method that I use to cut these sparks, because this is small project alert, so this is more of my teaching kind of class, and this is what we're gonna do. So if you notice, all of them are kind of wider at the top and go in very thin in the middle. That's because, like for this one, for example, it's a complete V. So what I did was, where this is missing is something that I threw away. I completely cut it out because I needed to open a space so it would make this dramatic kind of look here. That's the reason for, and see, if you look at this one here, I kind of ran out of space, so I made some space for two, because the method is cutting out V's between each spark line. You can't really see it on the bigger one because I covered it with a pair. You can't really see it on the smaller one because I covered it for stability, but you can see it on this half. And I believe I will go in and cover this as well, just so they all can look uniform. But for now, you can see the V's where I needed that space to give it those spark lines, basically is what I wanted to explain. And some of them, like this one, I cut the V a little too wide, but it is what it is. They're gorgeous though. And you know what? There's one. That's what I did for the one that's going on the lapel. super cute, super elegant. I use some of the smaller pairs just to accent those fuchsia squares that I use as the accent on the dress. And I just kind of stoned each one with the tiniest of 10s and the 16s and some 12s. Two beautiful rose shimmer Swarovski specialty stones and a peony pink in the middle. Let's put it on the dress. So it's gonna go about here. Super cute, right? But I took it off because you can see it popping up over the shoulder, and I want to stone the back of the lines. So that's why it's on the table. That's that one. And this one is just as pretty. Bam. So I use all size 16s on this one. You know, this one is tiny, so I wanted to use the tiny stones so I didn't create a lot of weight. But this one can hold a little bit more weight, so I used the 16s. I topped it off with the same rose shimmer Swarovski pair, some of the bigger size pink pairs. See, these ones are tiny in comparison. Let's put them side by side so you can kind of see the size difference. It's just a little bit smaller, and I use some peony pink in this piece. So let me show you where this one is going. This one, let's go around, because this is still stiff. I gotta unstiff it. This one is going here on the shoulder like that. Isn't that cute? Okay, so I pinned it up, and as you can see, when you see it from the front, you can still see the pink. Even if I move it down, I think I still want to pin the back. Stone the back. That's why I took it off. So that's that. And as you can see, I gave sis her movement back. But I like that because now I can show you what these fringe do on the floor when she's dancing. So I put stones, just size 16, some 12, some 10s on some normal fringe, just like this, and coordinating colors. Same with the stones, just to elongate the line and bring it down into this beautiful pleated fabric, and so it looks like it just drops off and slowly fades. And last but not least, the piece de resistance. Bam! This is the waist spark. It's gorgeous. Same concept. Fuchsia squares, peony pink, 2 of the rose shimmer. I didn't want to use the light cyan shimmer like I used in my last dress for the pink. That was this exact same color, just because it was giving too much red. In this one I wanted to keep truly a Barbie pink kind of situation. And this one goes about here. I was thinking, just because the split is here, so the split is here, I really wanted to put it here on the actual waistline at the bottom, but I don't. So yeah, it looks good on the hip right here, but I'm not going to stone the back of this one just because I don't feel like it really needs it, because it's probably gonna get moved over somewhere like this, and you're not gonna be able to see it too much anyway. Oh yeah, you can, maybe a little bit, I don't know. I can get this up. So I got them all in place. This one here shooting off the side on the hip. This one here on the top of the shoulder. And you can see all the nice stones on the back. The waistline, cast some movement with the fringe. This one here on the back of the top of the shoulder. just peeking over the shoulder. Super cute. And I am done. So I just got finished attaching all of my fringes to the top shoulder. These are the fringes that don't have any stones on them. It's just a glue down, but I like to make sure that shoulders aren't itchy and things like that. So I have this piece of stretch satin that I'm just gonna put right over it all the way down. Just like that. Making sure not to cover up the strap. And don't look at my fingers. I have creator's hands. Hilarious. Anyway, and that is what you do. Alright, so it is done. My small project is done. Thank you so much for watching the beautiful sparks here and on the back here. I appreciate your time. If you see or missed any of the steps, feel free to message me and we can talk about it, and you can join one of my classes for a deeper, in-depth type of learning situation with all of the small projects that I do. Thank you again for watching. This small project was amazing. So I went to the back because I needed to grab something, and I saw that my dress was up there getting photos. So I decided to stage it for you. I want you to see it. It's gorgeous though. Check it out. Matches my looks. Isn't it beautiful? I love it, I love it. I love the way everything came out. The fringe is nice. My lines are as straight as they're gonna be. My accents in the small projects look wonderful. I did change this one though. I flipped it to the back. I had the fans going out and I ended up doing dramatic. See? That's why I flipped it inside, because it's just gonna grace the top of her shoulder. It's a very skinny lady, so it's gonna look gorgeous just popping over her shoulder like that. And again, I did stone the backs of them all because it is popping over, so I wanted it to still be stoned. I just grabbed this really cute necklace we already had, some bangles, and it is done. So pretty to me. Oh, cute little pair of earrings. I love it. I love it. And I love this necklace too. I didn't make this, but this is gorgeous. My accent on the side of the hip. I love it.